Men are good. Talking about apologies.
Well, hey, good to see you. Here we are on another walking video, and we're walking in a cemetery. I think it's Olivet Cemetery in Frederick, Maryland. And as you can see over here, there's a line of graves right there. Goes all along, keeps going. Those are all, I think almost all are Confederate soldiers. I'm surprised Antifa hasn't found it and demolished it. But it's an interesting place here. Kind of interesting, and it's usually quiet, but today I think we came on fricking mowing day. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how noisy it gets. I was really thinking this would be nice and quiet, but it ain't so quiet today. But that's all right, because we're going to talk about something that's not so quiet. We're going to talk about apologies. Yes, apologies. Now, what are we going to talk about with apologies? What does that have to do with anything? Well, if you look around, in fact, if you do a Google search, what do you find? You find that there's literally hundreds of links to things that say women apologize more than men. Women apologize more than men. And over again, you see the same thing. It's very red or blue pillish, right? Women apologize more. And then about 25% of them say, and not only do women apologize more, but women also need to stop apologizing so much. Women need to stop apologizing so much. Okay, and we better take a left here. We got somebody coming down on top of us with a van. Heck with that. Anyway, so the blue pill perspective is that women must apologize more than men. And most people think that. And, it's kind of a way to shame men. They don't apologize as much as women, and women apologize more than men, and blah, 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 blah. But wait a minute. There's this research that came out. And the research says, well, guess what? It looks like, yes, women do apologize more than men, but it's likely because they're more easily offended. They did this research where they asked men and women to list the times every day when they felt like they had done something offensive, and if they apologized for that offensive deed, right? So they did the same for men and women. What do you think they found out? They found out that women, by and large, think they committed more offenses during the day than men did. And if you look at the percentage of apologies per offense, they're about the same for men and women. So the men and women apologize about the same if they feel as though they have offended someone. But women seem to feel as though they offend more than the men. And excuse me for walking through there, Markel. Yeah. So that's the first thing. Is wait a minute. Maybe it's not just so clear here that it's the women who apologize more. Maybe there's more to it than just that. Oh, great googly moogly. What do we have here? He's digging, getting things ready. It's a working cemetery, I suppose. Anyway, so you've got this whole blue pill thing about women apologize more often. And the research is starting to say, but wait a minute, that's not altogether right. Let's look at some red pill perspectives on this. What in the heck? Look at that. The little grave next to the big ones. Bless their hearts. I guess we're kind of upside down here. Yeah. That's a sad sight. That's a very sad sight. Died in 1886. October 21, 1886. So why would it be that women apologize more? Well, guess what? Women in general are more agreeable than men. Plus, they have this thing called the women's in-group bias. Now, what is that about? Women's in-group bias. That means that they want to be a part of this thing called women, and they're willing to try and keep people happy with them, right? Not stand out as being an outlier. And so what does that take? That takes more apologies. That takes someone who's going to apologize for this and that. And then if you got a higher score of agreeableness, again, you're going to want to, apologize more often than someone who doesn't, right? So that's starting to make a little bit more sense. But there's more to it than just that. Look at that. There's, oh yeah, let me tell you about this research that I saw one time. It was a research where they took female and male college students. And they took these male and female college students and had them play a simulated game where they bombed things, right? And they got points for bombing and points for not bombing and blah, 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 blah. But basically, if you wanted to get more points, you had to bomb. And generally, the men bombed a lot more than the women, except for one condition. The women bombed more than the men when no one was looking. Get the idea? No one was looking. In-group bias, agreeableness, nobody's looking, bombs away! Oh, geez. So yes, we're different. And men have some reasons to apologize less often than women. And women have some reasons to apologize more often than men. But then you get into the whole thing with gynocentrism. And we better go the other way, because that guy is weed whacking. Just what we always wanted, a weed whacker on our cemetery walk. What does gynocentrism have to do with apologies? Well, guess what? The world is built to look for, and solve the needs of women. Okay, it's built to look at the needs of women. What the heck does that have to do with apologies? Well, if you are in a place that looks after your needs and is concerned about what's happening for you, that puts you in a position where other people, i.e. men, are supposed to be taking care of those needs, and if they don't, then that's an offense, right? You should get an apology for that. He's not taking care of me. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. So gynocentrism kind of lays on top of things. And it kind of says, that women are supposed to be cared for, and their needs and their wants and their desires should be the object of men being able to watch things and take care of things. And when they don't, that's an offense, right? Indeed, that's an offense. And then, that's almost understandable. But then along comes, you got it, along comes feminism. What does feminism say? Oi, got. Feminism says men oppressed women. Okay, men oppressed women. Now, think about it. If someone oppressed you, are you more or less likely to apologize to them? Duh. Women are being set up to not apologize to men. Not in general. In the general population, they're probably going to apologize more. But to men, if they were the offenders, does a freed slave apologize to the previous slave owner? No, I don't think so. And in the same way, women are being taught that they're just supposed to, their needs are critical. Their needs are important. And daggone it, the men, they should be the ones out there apologizing, right? Because they were oppressed. Women were oppressed. They were taken to be treated poorly. And so, when you get treated poorly, what does that say? That means I'm not apologizing to that guy that oppressed me. So in relationships, I think you'll find that women are less likely to apologize than men. Now, in general, they may be more likely to apologize, like we said, in public places, dropping bombs, etc. But in relationship, it's a little different. I did a Twitter poll, and I wouldn't call it, research, but just a Twitter poll, and it asked, what do we got up there? Hello. Yeah, you going to Frederick, I'll bet. The Twitter poll asked, now wait a minute, what Who do you think apologizes more, the husband or the wife? And what do you think came up? What came up was that the 95% of the people who took the poll said that men apologized more than women in relationship. Not in public, but in relationship. And that goes along with my experience with other male therapists. I meet with this group of male therapists and I have for 20, 30 years. And I can tell you, over the years, it's been clear that almost every person involved in a relationship said the same thing. My wife does not apologize when she feels she's done something wrong, but I'm expected to apologize over and over again. So Twitter, experience, it may be a biased sample, but it sure looks like, in relationship, women apologize less often than men. Yeah. So let's get this straight. Men are the oppressors, and so you should apologize less to them. Gynocentrism says, my needs are more important, so you should apologize because my needs are not being met. And then on top of that, of course, women are taught that they apologize too much. Stop apologizing, ladies. You apologize too much. So when you get into relationships, what you find is, or at least what I've found is, the women are going to be much less likely to apologize than the men. But tell me in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Has it been your experience that women apologize less, or has it been maybe the opposite? Maybe I've got a really biased sample here. Maybe I've missed some things. So let me know what you think. And let's not forget, men are good, as are you. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Come see me on Patreon, man. We're starting this, we've been going now for a month or two, this what I call the Red Pill Oasis, where every week we have a check-in. Every week a video check-in where the guys are getting together and talking about what's happening in their life, what's going on, and man, it's great. These guys are getting close, we're getting healed. Good things are happening. So come on and join us. You can join for a tiny bit of money. So come see me on Patreon, and you all take care. We'll see you.